So I wanted to do an initial thoughts of these two products right here. These are the new Revlon Nearly Naked foundation and pressed powder. So here they are right here. I picked them up from Ulta yesterday. It's buy one, get one half off. So I got a pretty good deal on them, and I had like a coupon and all this stuff. Anyway, so I got a good deal on them, and so I wanted to try them. I haven't even opened the packaging yet because I wanted to do that on camera. So sorry, I'm not even finished getting ready. Like, that's why my hair's in braids. Okay, so let's talk about the foundation first. So the foundation comes in 1 fluid ounce. It is in, you know, a glass bottle, not the circular glass bottle like the, you know, Color Stay foundation. It's actually a square bottle with a white top instead of the black top. And when I was in Ulta, it was in a separate display. It wasn't in the same display as all of the other foundations. Does that make any sense? So it was like in a completely separate location, so I didn't even see it. Like, I went to go look at it, but I didn't see it where all the normal Revlon foundations were. I had to go to like a separate little area of Ulta, and that's where this display was. So I got the color Caramel. I was actually debating between Caramel and Toast. Toast, I don't know, it looked a little bit pink to me, so I didn't want to get that, and Caramel looks a little bit too red for me, so I don't know, it was weird. Like, neither of them had the exact color that I usually like in a foundation, which is more neutral. I feel like the undertones are just completely different. Like, one is more cool, one is more warm. So I got Caramel. I think that it's gonna be a little too dark for me right now that it's like winter time, but we'll just check and see. And then in the pressed powders, they didn't have too many shades. I feel like there were maybe like 4 or 5, and medium deep was the darkest that they had. So I think that this will be fine. I hope it'll be fine with the foundation. Ooh, if it's not, I'll have to take it back and you know, figure that out. But I think it'll be fine. It comes in the white packaging as well. And let's see what is inside. So when you take the little plastic guy off, okay, so inside there's a mirror right here, so I don't want to blind you. There's a mirror here, and then there is the powder, and oh, and then there's like this little sponge, but it's not like a sponge. Like on the back it's like this, what is this kind of material? It's like a satiny type of material. I don't know, but it's different. So I guess that goes there. I never use these things, but I keep them in there just in case I carry it with me. And sorry, my hair is weird. Just in case I carry it with me and I need like to touch up somewhere. So medium deep, how much you get? 0.28 of an ounce or 8.017 grams in this. So it's a pretty good size powder. It's just plastic, so nothing too special there. This does not come with a pump, just like the other foundations. Oops, I didn't even open it yet. Oops. Peel the plastic off. So yeah, this does not come with a pump, so that's kind of one disappointing thing. You would think that Revlon would be like, okay, everybody wants a pump, let's put a pump on it, but they didn't do that. So, okay, so let's just go ahead and try it out. I haven't put on any foundation or anything on my face, just did my eye makeup for the day, so let's just get to it. So I'm going to use this Real Techniques stippling brush. Ooh, my nose is itching. Ugh. Okay, so the Real Techniques stippling brush, and then I guess I'll just pop it onto the back of my hand. Let me shake it up. It doesn't say to shake it or anything, but it doesn't hurt to do that just in case, right? So while I'm shaking it, let's see, what can I talk about? I don't even know. Okay, I'm done shaking. So I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. I don't know how much to put on. Okay, so initially looking at it, I don't see any shimmer whatsoever. Like some of the Photo Ready foundations, they have shimmer in it. So this has no shimmer in it at all. So here it is on the back of my hand. I'm just going to stipple it on. If I look this way, it's because I have a mirror over here. So I'm just going to stipple it on and then buff it out. Gives like a medium coverage. It may be buildable. I never really used that much foundation, but the color matches pretty decently. I still think it's a little bit more red than I prefer in a foundation, just because my skin is so yellow that sometimes the red and the yellow mixed together later on can oxidize. So I really have a problem with foundation's oxidizing, so I like foundations that are a little bit more beige. And I actually have a foundation that sometimes I mix with other like more reddish foundations to beige it out a little bit. So really oxidation is really the most important thing for me, because a lot of times throughout the day it can just turn more orange than I really want it to. But so far, so good. It matches really well. The consistency is really nice. It's a very thin foundation. Like, it's not thick, it's not hard to blend or sheer out at all. I really think it's probably designed to be a medium foundation, a medium coverage foundation that you can sheer out to make light, or put on a couple layers to make it more thick. I do feel like it evened out my skin tone. It even took away some of the darkness under my eyes without me having to apply concealer. I still will apply concealer, but sorry, the mirror. Okay. But so far, I like it. I think it went on really nice with the stippling brush. You could probably also use your hands to put it on, because it's so blendable that I think that your hands would work really well, or like a blending sponge. I think anything could probably be used to apply this foundation, just because it's so lightweight. And I guess that was what they were going for, is a lightweight foundation. It doesn't feel like I have on a ton of foundation. And I put on a decent amount of foundation on my face, but it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a ton, so that's pretty good. And okay, yeah, so let me just put on my concealer, and then I will try on the powder and then move on. My concealer under my eyes and covered up any dark spots, I'm going to use the powder. I'm not going to use and I don't have a powder brush, so let me go get one. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to use just the powder brush. This is the Real Techniques powder brush. It's one of my favorite powder brushes. Sorry, my hair keeps sticking out over there. That's so weird. Okay, so here's the powder. Here it goes. I'm going to use the mirror on this. It's really convenient to have like a little mirror, but it's really small. Like, my whole face doesn't fit in there. I can only look at like my eyes or like the bottom half of my mouth, so I will have to just start in the center. Okay, so I really like the powder. I feel like the powder offers coverage that I can probably wear this alone. I don't normally wear liquid foundation on a daily basis, just because a lot of times, like, I go to work and then I work out in the middle of the day, and I don't want to have to take off all my foundation before I work out. So usually I don't usually wear liquid foundation. So on most occasions, only usually if I'm filming or if I'm going out. Sometimes I'll put it on after work, because I have something to do after work, you know, after I've gone to the gym and all that stuff. So, but I really like this powder so far. Okay, this is just the first thought, but I really like this powder because I feel like it offers a really good coverage. It mattifies everything, so that's good. I don't know, I don't have oily skin, so I don't know like what the staying power is of the mattifying effect. I don't even think it's designed to mattify necessarily. I just think that it did a good job of mattifying the foundation and my skin. So I like it so far. So far, so good. It, again, still feels really lightweight. I don't feel like, if I touch my face, I don't feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like it has like a ton of, you know, stuff on there. So I will just put on my blush so that I can finish getting ready for the day. And then as soon as I come home, let's see, I have to go to work today. So, okay, so after I have been wearing this for a few hours, what time is it? It's 9:31, if you can see right there. It's 9:31. I will see how it lasts throughout the day, and I will be back to show you. So far, so good. Foundation usually stays on my face. I don't normally use primer, so I don't anticipate it sliding off or anything like that, because foundation usually stays on really well for me because I don't have oily skin. But there's always that chance that it's going to oxidize and turn like some random crazy freakish orange color. So I will be back in a little while. Okay guys, so I am back to finish talking about these products here. I changed the lighting in here because I used to have this I have like these daytime lights, but then I also used to have this lamp on, and I felt like the lamp was like making my eyeballs yellow, so I had to turn the lamp off, and I hope that this lighting works just fine, because the other one was giving me like a yellow cast like all over, like even my nails, like these are white, like that's white, and that was showing up like super yellow. Like. So I'm back. It is now 7:30. And so I've been wearing this since a little after 9, right? So 9, what is that, 10, 11, 12, so like 10 hours. So I've been wearing this for like 10 hours. And, okay, so I love the way that it feels. I still love the way that it feels. It really feels like you have nothing on. Now granted, I did apply it, you know, lightly. I didn't put on more than one layer, and I use a stippling brush, so it is sort of a light, finish that I was going for. But even sometimes with other foundations, when I use a stippling brush, even with tinted moisturizers, it still sometimes feels like I have something on, and this actually feels better than my tinted moisturizer that I'm using. So I love that about it. I also love the price, because the price is $9.99, and there's always like, it's $9.99 for the powder, $9.99 for the foundation, but it's, you could always find a deal like buy one get one half off, buy one get one free, 40% off, all that stuff. So especially at Ulta, you can always get that $3.50 off coupon. So at most you'd be paying like, I don't know, that is my job. He's playing with water bottles, so I give him water bottles to play with, so that's that noise if you hear it. Anyway, so yeah, the most you'd be paying would be like what? If you buy it from Ulta, $6.50, you know, if you have that $3.50 off coupon or whatever. So I love that about it. I do think that it's not my correct shade right now, because I don't know if you can tell with this particular lighting, but my neck is lighter than my face, and so I always try to match my foundation to my neck, which is lighter than my face is right now. So this is Caramel, and I thought it was going to be a little bit too dark, but it'll work really well in the summertime. For right now, I can always sheer it out a little bit with this other foundation that I have. Like, it's like a more beige foundation, so which is what I do with some of my other foundations, is I just add like a little pump of that, and it works really well to change the color, or not change the color, but you know, to lighten up the color a little bit so that it matches my skin tone a little bit better. It's just a little too dark and a little too red for me. So that I do not like so much about it, because the one under it would be Toast, and Toast is, so it almost has like a pinky undertone, like I said before, and I don't have pink undertones. So when I put that on, it would just make me look kind of gray, so I can't use that one. I don't know if you can tell in the camera, but there is a little bit of shine going on, and I'm not normally like a shiny person, but there's like a little bit of shine popping through, but it has been 10 hours and I haven't reapplied or I haven't touched up anything, so I think that that's pretty good. Like, for a foundation and a powder. Granted, I don't have oily skin, but I also don't use a primer or anything like that, and I feel like it has stayed on really well throughout the day with no primer and no oily skin. If you have oily skin, then I do suggest using a primer, and you are going to have to probably touch up, because I don't think that this powder is meant to absorb oil necessarily. I just think that I don't even know, it just says pressed powder, so I assume that they just meant for it to set the foundation. I really like the pressed powder. I really like it because I like that it offers a little bit of coverage for the days that I don't want to wear liquid foundation, and on most days I don't wear liquid foundation. So I love that, and I probably will be using this a lot, and it matches pretty well, especially if I'm just using it on its own. There it is right there. So anyway, especially if I'm just using it on its own, I think that it'll work really, really nicely. I love the consistency of it. Let's talk about smell. No, it doesn't smell like, I don't know, my nose. It doesn't smell like anything, it just kind of smells like nothing. Same with the foundation. So if you're a person that doesn't like smells or fragrances, then this is a good foundation for you, because there is no smell. And if you're a person who likes smells, well then I'm sorry, because this has no smell. Yeah, so there's no smell at all, and I wonder if they did that on purpose because it's like nearly naked, you know, because I know some of the Revlon ones, like I know the airbrush one, when I first got it, it didn't have a smell, and then after a while, like several months, it started to get like a weird funky smell. Like, people were commenting on my video when I first got it, like, oh, I bought it, it smells so funny, and I was like, mine doesn't smell funny. And then after like 6 months, I would say, it started to smell kind of old, like just smelled old, if that makes any sense. So that's that. Yeah, so that's really all I can really say about it is I love this, like, how it makes my face feel. I do feel like, you know, my face, I have an even skin tone, but without having to use a ton of product. This, it probably is not going to be a foundation for someone who wants super duper full coverage. Sorry, my throat is like weird. This isn't going to be a foundation for somebody who wants, you know, super duper full coverage, because I think that it really is like a medium kind of foundation that you can sheer out to make light, or you can build up to make a, you know, like a medium to full, but I don't think that it's not like, you know, max full coverage foundation, because it's really thin. So even though there's no pump, it's not like a hassle to try to get it out like some products are, because it is like super duper thin. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, so it is like, it's a thin consistency of foundation. And now I have foundation on the back of my hand and nowhere to wipe it off. Lovely. Okay, so all in all, after 10 hours of wear, I am a fan of both the foundation and the pressed powder. I will probably use the pressed powder more, especially right now in the winter, since the foundation is a little bit too dark for me. But the foundation is going to get a lot of use come spring and summertime, when it starts to get really warm outside and I don't want to wear, and I want to wear makeup, but I don't want to wear, you know, like a heavy foundation. So I love it for that reason. I'm going to try to change the color a little bit to see if it becomes more wearable for me, because it's just a different color. But if it was like my perfect shade, then I would be like all for it, and I might just wear it every day. Normally I wear like a tinted moisturizer during the day if I do want to have a little bit more coverage instead of like a foundation. But I think that I may be using this instead of my tinted moisturizer, because I do like it that much. So now that I have foundation on the back of my hand, I need to go wipe that off. I think this will probably be the last part of the video. I don't really, you know, I do want to touch it up, and I think naturally, you know, I would touch it up in the day, like if I was going somewhere or whatever, like I would touch it up. So, but I think that it wears really well. I don't find it sliding anywhere. I don't find it didn't oxidize into some strange orange color on me. Of course, that's going to be just different for everybody. But all in all, I'm a fan of the foundation and a fan of the powder, and I'm really, really excited about it. So, have you tried this foundation, and do you like it? That is my question. And if you do like it, what type of skin do you have? Write those comments down below, because that's going to be beneficial for other people who are, you know, wanting to try this foundation and stuff like that. My skin is normal to dry. It's normally normal, but can be dry. But it's normal. Right now it's normal. So normal skin. I don't have oily skin or anything like that. It's just pretty much stays. So it's not difficult for me to find makeup that stays on. But for some people who do have oily skin, have you tried this foundation? And tell me what you think about it. Tell all of us what you think about it, actually. Okay, so that's all I have. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.